Our first guest made his mark in Hollywood playing Simon Adewale in HBO's critically acclaimed show Oz. And since then, he's gone on to wow audiences in both television and film.
Here to discuss his life, career, and his new movie, Pompeii, is actor Adewale-Agbaje. Welcome to Arise 360.
Thank you.
How did I do?
You did great.
Okay.
You missed out the middle part.
I did.
But, you know.
Okay, walk me through the whole name.
Adewale Akinnuoye-Agbaje.
Wow, that's beautiful. What does it mean?
Adewale means the crown has arrived. Ade is the crown. Wale means to arrive. Akin means warrior. Noye means of chieftaincy. Agbaje is of wealth and prosperity. So.
Wow, that's a lot. What do your friends call you?
They call me Wale.
Wale. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
That's
what we'll
close
call you here.
friends. People in the business, they call me Adewale.
Okay.
Got it.
In the film, you play Atticus, a gladiator. What drew you to this project? And talk to us more about the film.
You know, rarely as a black actor do you get such iconic characters such as Atticus that I play in the movie. Also, Pompeii being a historical phenomenon. So, you know, always when I look at project, there's two things I ask myself. Do I like the story? Do I like my part within it? And in this case, both was no-brainer for me.
Well, it looks very physically demanding in these scenes that you star in, and you're playing this gladiator. How physically demanding was it for you on a daily basis, and how did you prepare for that role?
Well, this is pretty brutal, this kind of, it's very intense. Before the movie, we did 4 weeks, what we call gladiator boot camp.
Oh, what's that like?
Well,
Do tell, slowly.
Basically, it was simply doing 4 hours working out a day for 6 days a week. A day consisted of 2 hours doing fight training with the weapons, an hour was with weights, and another hour cardio, coupled with this gladiator diet, just fish and vegetables for 4 months. So
Wow.
That's it?
yeah, that'll get you
Fish and vegetables. I'm going to write that diet down.
I heard it was less than 2,000 calories a day.
1,800.
1,800.
Yeah. Barely got you through the day, but you know, it was what was needed, and that's how they, you know, the gladiators did it back in the day. They bred them like cattle. They were the quintessential Adonises, the athletes, and you know, when you say gladiator, that's what people expect. What they expect. They expect you to
Exactly.
deliver.
Well, for Lola's sake, let's take a look at you in action, shall we?
The Romans took my family from me 20 years ago. At night, I try and remember their faces, but I cannot. But I know one day the gods will bring me to them again.
My name is Milo.
Atticus.
And the friendship begins.
Atticus.
Atticus.
My
yeah.
goodness, so you know how to wield a sword now, don't you?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty mean in the kitchen now with the old knives.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they pretty much taught us the A to Z in swordmanship, so I'm pretty adept with a sword now.
All right.
Good skills to learn. And you also had some other skills that you learned in Oz. Tell us about this breakout role for you, this murderous drug addict, and how it changed your life.
You know, Oz was really the role that kind of made me a cult name, and none other place than here in New York.
Everybody knew Adewale.
Yeah.
I know when you walk down the street, they still call you that sometimes, huh?
Yeah, and it will be forever, and I love it because everything that I've got since has been based upon that character and the impact, or you know, how directors, producers have admired it. So, for instance, Lost, you know, it was written in because they liked that character.
Really?
Even when I did Thor 2, the director was one of the directors on Oz who liked the performance so much, he always wanted to work with me again. So many jobs have sprung from that. And, you know, none, you know, more dear to me than this character because he's Nigerian, and that's my origin. So to be able to put your culture out there, the name, whether it's Adewale, it makes me feel good as well.
Did you have any trepidations about playing Adewale? Because he's got a very colorful, he was a very colorful character.
No, I mean, that's your job as an actor. When you're an actor, you're going to have to play characters and do things that are not necessarily what you would do as a person.
Right.
And that's the discipline, to be able to distinguish yourself from who you're playing and have no fear about going where that's going to take you. And that's part of the joy of being an actor, to be honest with you. It is challenging, though, because, you know, there are some scenes that you're going to have to do that you may not like, but you got to do it because that is the character.
Wow. And I think one of the great things about Oz is that it really established HBO as the network for urban, gritty dramas like that. Did you have any idea when you were filming it that it would be a cult classic?
No, I mean, going in, I was just a hungry actor. I mean, I knew from the lineup of producers and writers, Tom Fontana, he'd done some Elsewhere and some of the cop dramas that we know today. So you know that the writing was going to be great, but you never can guarantee whether a show is going to be a hit. And even the character that I played, I was only supposed to be in it for 2 lines.
2 lines?
Yeah, so...
And you were in it for how many seasons?
4.
My goodness.
Yeah, so, you know, things evolve, and as they liked what I was doing, he became one of the central figures in the show. So, you know, it all depends on the timing and the way things go.
You've gone on to star in Born Identity, Thor, Lost. Which do you prefer, film or television? And when were you bitten by the acting bug?
I was bitten by the bug when I first came to LA. I got sent to my first audition. And when I got the job, I remember being on the set and I saw an actor by the name of Ernie Hudson. And he was being pampered by 5 people around him. You know, one was doing his tie, one was holding his tea, one was reading his lines to him, one was putting his makeup, one was fixing his hair, and I said I could do this job.
Really? Sounds like your life, Shannon.
I know, right? Yeah, you can do it all. Go for it.
You know, what was the other part of your question? Yeah.
Which do you prefer, film or television?
For me, it's both. Wherever I can express my creativity, whether it's theater, whether it's TV or film, or animation, which I'm actually going to be doing shortly. You know, wherever you can express yourself is what you've got to do as an actor. But, you know, personally, I always like to be in front of the camera. So, you know, acting, movies and TV, I think, the combination.
Well, you're one of the first African actors who's really gained prominence in both television and film. But when you first started out, what did your family think about you? Because I know Lola always talks about African families and going into the arts, and they're like, oh, no, do something stable.
Yeah. Be a lawyer, a doctor,
Right.
face your studies. They don't want you to pursue a career in the arts.
Well, I did face my studies.
You did?
Yeah, I have a bachelor's and master's degree in law. But decided that wasn't my vocation and decided to follow my heart. And as you probably know, entertainment was never seen in my culture and my parents' generation as a credible profession.
No.
So it was up to me to prove that, and I think I had. And, you know, they fell in, and now they enjoy the fame that their son has brought to not only the name, but, you know, my mother comes to the awards ceremony. She's been here, and, you know, it's nice. And my father's business actually increased as a result because they knew I was his son. So it came full circle.
So you're a walking billboard for your dad's business.
And why not? I mean, he's the one who gave me my genes and the talent that I have.